The Coast Guard was created in 1790 under the Department of the Treasury. It was as a way to protect American ports and also protect American economic sovereignty. Since then, we have developed 11 missions that we do all over the world, including port security, search and rescue, and even icebreaking. This ceremony is a transfer of command. So Captain Penoyer will be leaving and going to his new unit in Hawaii, and Captain Martin will be taking over for him as the sector commander for Sector Houston-Galveston, which is an AOR that covers from Lake Charles, Louisiana to the Colorado River and Matagorda. So a change of command ceremony is important because it shows the continuity of command for the people that are going to be serving under this new captain. So basically it's for the crew. It's also a tradition for sea services that dates back all the way to the creation of the Coast Guard and the Navy.
Our field commanders, like Captain Brian Penoyer, have to sustain what we have to deal with today and help us prepare for tomorrow. And they are charged with using their resources to deal with all of that risk that's out there. They're charged with leading and caring for the men and women within their units. They're charged with using that chain of command to inform those discussions I just mentioned that happen up in Washington, D.C. And Brian, by all accounts, you have done these things and then some here at Sector Houston-Galveston.
I was extremely fortunate to have had 3 years in command of one of the largest tactical units in the Coast Guard, with 18 subordinate units and over 1,200 Coast Guardsmen. Everything that the Coast Guard does, every Coast Guard mission is performed right here in Southeast Texas, Southwest Louisiana. Well, this has really been the highlight of my career, but I'm extremely excited to be going out to Hawaii, where I'll be helping Admiral Vince Atkins with Coast Guard missions across the entire South and Central Pacific. So a military career is really something that starts for most people when they're very young, and for me, this is the culmination of a career like that. Spending time with the young Coast Guardsmen just beginning their career, it was deeply touching to see that, and I can only believe that the Coast Guard retained me this long to plow the benefit of whatever experiences I've had back into that young, bright generation, because I tell you what, if they're any indication America's future is bright indeed.
From Commander Coast Guard Personnel Services Center to Captain Brian K. Penoyer, United States Coast Guard, subject, extension of, new orders. Detach upon relief for assignment as Chief of Staff, 14th Coast Guard District. This constitutes a permanent change of station from Sector Houston-Galveston to the 14th Coast Guard District in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Peter Martin will now read his orders.
From Commander, U.S. Coast Guard Personnel Services Center to Captain Peter F. Martin, United States Coast Guard. Subject, orders, new assignment. Detach and report to Sector Houston-Galveston as Sector Commander. This constitutes a permanent change of station from the Office of Search and Rescue, U.S. Coast Guard Headquarters, Washington, D.C., to Houston, Texas. Well, I've got a little over 26 years service in a variety of units. I've served on the West Coast, in the East Coast, Florida, a number of different units throughout the country.
But let me tell you this, Peter, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You have earned this position, and you absolutely have the trust of the Commandant and our nation in taking this job.
The region is very fortunate to have Peter Martin coming in. He's got a deep background in coastal operations. He's just spent 4 years in charge of the Coast Guard's global search and rescue mission. Really could not be better positioned for everything that's happening right now. It's the right man at the right place at the right time.
I've inherited a finely tuned command from Captain Penoyer, and I'm tremendously grateful for that. He's going to be a tough act to follow, but he set me up for success and left me a very fine crew and organization. Sir, I relieve you.